Meriwether County Board of Commissioners, May 11th, 2026, 6 p.m. meeting. Please stand for the invocation given by Dwayne Purdue, Michael Baptist Church, followed by the pledge.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we just humbly come to you, Lord. We just thank you, Lord, for this day, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for all your many blessings, Lord. Now, Lord, I pray your blessing upon this meeting, Lord, upon these commissioners, Lord. I say a special prayer for our country, Lord, and our upcoming election for our state, Lord. I just pray you put the right man in the office, Lord. Again, we just thank you, Lord, for all that you have done, Lord, and all that you will do. In Jesus' name I do pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This time we'd like to adopt the agenda. Is there any changes to be made to the agenda?
No, sir, Mr. Chairman.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
All in favor? Presentations, Ms. Jody Sharp, the Director of Economic Development, who's going to report on Keep Meriwether Beautiful.
Good evening, Chairman and Commissioners. Thank you for allowing me a few minutes tonight to share with you the results of our Keep Meriwether Beautiful Cleanup Day on April 25th. I want to begin by thanking each of you for your continued support of Keep Meriwether Beautiful. Events like this did not happen without the support and cooperation of the Board of Commissioners, and we are grateful that this board continues to recognize the importance of keeping Meriwether County clean, welcoming, and beautiful. These cleanup days I would also like to say a sincere thank you to our amazing Public Works Department. These cleanup days take extra man hours, extra coordination, and a lot of hard work behind the scenes. Public Works does the heavy lifting, and we are very grateful for their dedication. Our volunteers deserve a huge thank you as well. This April, we had over 170 volunteers working throughout Meriwether County. They cleaned neighborhoods, roadsides, and public spaces, and together they collected over 300 bags of trash. That 300 bags of litter is no longer sitting on roadsides, in our ditches, or in the places our citizens and visitors see every day. This event is also made possible by our sponsors. Their support helps provide supplies, materials, promotion, and resources needed to pull off a countywide event like this. We are grateful for businesses and community partners that continue to invest in keeping Meriwether County clean and beautiful. And we appreciate the waste management companies who provide the dumpsters for this event. We know that this event was not perfect. In some locations, items were dumped the night before the cleanup was scheduled to begin, which meant dumpsters were already full before volunteers and residents had the opportunity to use them properly. We also know that some properties were left in less than ideal conditions after the event. And we are aware of these issues, and we are already looking for ways to improve the process moving forward. But the truth is, there is simply a tremendous amount of trash to address across the county. The City of Manchester has created a very practical model for handling citizen drop-off items, tires, and recyclable materials like scrap metal. And that brings me to my point. Keep Meriwether Beautiful Cleanup Day happens twice a year. Twice a year, we fill dumpster load after dumpster load, and honestly, I believe if we did it every weekend, we'd see the same results. That tells us the need is not just twice a year, the need is constant. Cleanup days make the county beautiful for a few days, and they are absolutely worth doing. But then a few weeks pass and the trash piles up again. Citizens who want to do the right thing need responsible, accessible places to take items before those items end up dumped on the side of the road. So tonight, with appreciation for everything this board already does in support of county services and community improvement, I would respectfully ask you to give thought to the possibility of developing a county convenience center similar to what Manchester has already created, ideally in the central part of the county. Right now, we have Turkey Run landfill serving the north end of the county and Manchester serving the south. A centrally located convenience center can help fill that gap. It could provide citizens another option for proper disposal, reduce illegal dumping, support future tire industry efforts, and possibly create recycling opportunities like scrap metal, where any funds generated could go back into helping operate the center. This is not something I expect to be solved overnight. I know the board has to consider cost, location, staffing, operations, and long-term maintenance. But I also know this board has shown a willingness to look at practical solutions that improve the quality of life for our citizens. I believe this is one of those opportunities worth discussing, researching, and planning. Because if you want a cleaner Meriwether County long-term, we need more than 2 cleanup days a year. We need infrastructure that helps citizens keep it clean all year long. Thank you again for your continued support of keeping Meriwether beautiful. And thank you for supporting the work of the IDA and for all that you do to serve the citizens of Meriwether.
Thank you, Jody.
Thank you.
I do want to make a comment to Jody and to the citizens also. I've been asking this for years. I think we need to have manned stations throughout the county that are open 3 days a week in one end, 3 days a week in another end. It would give opportunity for a senior citizen that may need additional money to work there, have it gated in. But yes, I do think it's something that we need throughout the year. So thank you.
Finance report, Ms. Tammy Lack.
Yes, sir. Commissioners, on the first page of your report are the bank balances as of this afternoon, along with the updated interest from the investment accounts. At the bottom of the page are the April amounts received for Lost, Splost, and T-Splost. On the second page of the report, the Splost balance is $86,563.49. And the T-Splost balance is $902,756.92. That's all.
Any questions? Thank you, Tammy. Department head.
Commissioners, I don't have any, but I would like to introduce our new recreation director, Jamani Bronner. He's in attendance. He was started May 1st and he's our new Parks and Recreation director.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I want to introduce him, and I know he's got ball games and that to get back to tonight, so I just want to introduce him real quick to the board.
We'll be expecting you to get a report next month. Citizen comments,
No.
minutes, April 28th, 2026, regular meeting at 6 p.m. Everybody have a chance to read over the minutes?
Any change? I'll make a motion to adopt the minutes from April 28th, 2026, regular meeting, 6 o'clock.
Second.
All in favor? Public hearing, case number PC 26-005, request from Joey Finley, AKA 915 LLC, to rezone parcel 186-001-01, 36.43 acres from A1 agriculture to NHC neighborhood commercial for the proposed use of cabinets for hunting events.
Public hearing.
I'll make a motion to go with the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Oh, y'all rush in, y'all didn't stop me. Good evening, board. Mr. Penley was approved last year for special use for the Honey Camp Event Center. He is now wanting to add additional items on the property such as cabins, RV slots. And when I looked into all this, I was looking at the Purpose Farms because they have the similar situation with additional items with the restaurant, the cabins and all. And so I had told Mr. Penley that neighborhood commercial would probably be the way to go with that. So we went to the planning commission. And the planning commission looked at his application and read over it. And they had recommended approval of the 36.43 acres from A1 special use to neighborhood commercial for the proposed use of 4 cabins and 5 RV slots for the hunting camp and events. They also put stipulations on there that there be no more than 4 cabins at a max of 1,000 square foot each, and no more than 5 RV slots, which would allow for him to put some because he mentioned horse trailers when they came out doing the hunting or riding horses, and then putting in some chuck wagon style cabins. And then they said the max stay would be 3 days for either one. So that was the board's recommendations. Mr. Penley is also here to answer any questions you may have.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How's it going?
Good evening.
You guys got any questions? Cassandra's pretty well said it.
Give your name and.
Oh, I'm sorry. Joey Penley, 9217 Mount Palmer Road, Sonoy. Yours.
This staff analysis and recommendation. It reads different than what you said, or it sounded like it to me. It says the planning commission meet and recommends approval of up to just 5 cabins.
Or the hunting cabin that's may have written, that may have typed it up.
So what would we approve? What you said or what's written?
No, what I said, what I said, I do apologize.
And this also says 4 days, not 30.
But it also says up to a combination of up to 5. So the way this reads is no more than 5 total cabins, RV or wagons, either or. 5 total. So I don't.
Yeah, when I reread my notes, and I have to apologize for that, because I reread my notes today. Redoing the minutes and all of that. Unfortunately, I was out last week. When I read the minutes today, it said 4 cabins and up to 5 RV slots.
So 4 cabins, not exceed 1,000 square foot each,
Right,
5 RV slots
that's the max go out,
with a maximum stay of 3 days.
a max stay of 3 days,
That's per RV slot and cabin.
correct.
When this was brought to my attention,
Kind
the first thing I thought of was, why aren't we seeking a special use permit instead of rezoning 36 acres for neighborhood commercial for 4 cabins? And I was instructed that he thought that's the way he had to do it.
Yeah, and
But
that's,
after looking into it, it doesn't have to be. It's in my district, and we can all talk about some more. If they got some more questions, but I'm fine with the stipulations. But if I was to make a motion on, I'd want it to be as a special use permit. That's way that just covers that point, because we approved it last year for them to have hunting events and whale hunting and so forth. Whenever that's going to take place. And if you got that, I travel to hunt, Emmett travels to hunt, you go to these places, it's nice when they got a cabin to offer too. It costs extra money, but at least you got a place to stay there while you're hunting and enjoying the facilities. So I don't have a problem with the cabins, but it just concerns me to change the whole corner track there to neighborhood commercial for 4 cabins.
your
So
recommendation would be.
my recommendation would
Special
be,
use with stipulations from planning commission.
my recommendation is the stipulations is fine unless someone on the board wants to change those, but I would like to see it as neighborhood, as a special use permit for that only, and that's it. If anything else is done, got to come back before the board or go to your department instead of rezoning all of it neighborhood commercial.
Can I ask a couple of questions on that?
Sure.
And I don't care if it's on neighborhood commercial. I don't care if it's on agriculture. Special use permit's fine to me, right? That's good. If we'd have known that, I wouldn't have spent $1,000 to try to have it rezoned, but
What's that?
the rezoning fee to go to neighborhood commercial is $1,000 that I paid to do that. So if I'd known,
Special use permits are rezoned district.
is it the same, does $1,000 do a special use permit as
I
well?
don't know the cost, from special uses or rezoned.
Yeah. So I just want to clarify a couple things as far as the limited number of cabins and or RV spots. I want to explain the RV spots, right? We're not opening an RV park. Although I think the ones that's been open in the county is a fantastic idea, but there's certain it's called a Conestoga wagon. I think I've showed several of you pictures of it, but when I saw it at the SCI show, and it's actually a 1-bedroom, 1 bath. It's a covered wagon, but it hooks up like an RV and it's on wheels. Now that wagon is going to stay on that spot, right? But so that's what we were talking about. Now the second use on the RV spot is when you've got these will be used for potentially hunting. Gene, you can relate to this. When you got somebody coming from Kentucky headed to Ocala, right, for a horse show, where do you stop and let your horse out? You don't have anywhere. So part of our thought, and we don't have 100% certainty on what we're doing here yet, right? This is all dreaming and thinking, and I'm just going through the legal motions to try to set up what I want. But having an equine area, right? If you want to stop over and spend a couple nights and ride some trails, I don't really know what that looks like. I don't know those. But as far as limiting the number of cabins, you asked me that specific question. I don't know what that looks like, and I guess we got to start with 4 or 5, and I got to come back if it does well. And we can, I mean, listen, man, it's a nature spot. They can fish, they can ride, they can do, does Quercus have a limit on the number of cabins they can build on there, 25 acres a day rezoned to commercial? I don't know the answer to that. But it's the same exact principle as what they're doing 4 miles down the road, right? We're gonna potentially offer some quail hunting. I'm still studying through that. And that's the event venue, the quail hunting lodge, all this is still in play. But I don't care if it's on neighborhood commercial or not. I'm not putting a Dollar General there. So special use is fine with me. I would like consideration on if we limit it to say 5 cabins and 5 spots, fine. If it does well, I want to have the option to come back and ask if I want to add a few more cabins. I want to have that option. That's the only thing I would ask.
Well, I know you would always have that option. It's just whether you would get it or not.
Yeah.
You know, and what started the special use thing when you called and discussed it with me, and I said, why don't you just go under special use? And you said, I tried, but they told me I had to do neighborhood commercial. So that's why I looked into it and realized you don't have to apply neighborhood commercial. And then it kind of keeps everything, you know, it's kind of like if you decide not, last year you came in and got it rezoned to have the hunt preserve quail hunting.
That's right.
But that may or may not take place.
It's going to take place to some degree. I ain't sure how much public I'm
I'm
on
just saying
that. Yes.
out of conversation, I'm not sure, you're not sure, it may or may not take place.
Yep.
Same thing. In my district, with the neighbors around there, I don't feel comfortable just changing 36 acres into neighborhood commercial and then maybe decide not to even build the cabins and then turn around and sell the property as neighborhood commercial. So if you're coming and asking for it to be for these cabins, which I think is great, and I know a lot of horse people that travel that likes to have some place to stop before they take off the next day. And if you're going to do the quail hunt, you need to provide something for your hunters. So that's why I think it helps keep everybody on the same page, special use. And you even agreed on the phone. You said, well, I'm fine with special use. So,
Yeah.
And so.
I'm good. I don't care what it's
just one vote,
Yeah.
but
I understand.
I'm just one vote. But if I make a motion, it could pass, it may not pass. I don't know, but I feel better for my area in the district and I work with you and you're a great guy, but I just feel like it needs to be under special use at this time.
Yeah. And I would also add to the 3 days is 3 nights. So we're, 3 night maximum. So if somebody comes in on Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, leaves on Sunday, I don't want somebody to stay an extra day and the code enforcement come out there and shut me down. So
And that was actually what I was gonna suggest, cause like if we go out of town and go hunting, we're normally gonna be gone more than 3 days. So I was wanting to see if we could
Yeah.
increase that to, no more than like 7 nights. Because a lot of times if my family goes out of town to hunt, we're gonna make a week of it. And then we're gonna be shopping in that area and spending money in the community as well. So I was gonna see about it, especially if they're staying in the cabins, to make that like a 7-night minimum is what I was gonna request.
And I'm fine with that because you don't get much done in 3 days.
Right.
I'm gonna make that in the form of motion.
Well, I'm making sure that I'm not overstepping. Y'all have any more questions? I don't want to jump
I
out
don't
there.
have any more questions.
Anybody else for or against?
I just think when we do make the motion, we need to clearly state, since this is all
Right.
gobbled up, exactly what we're stating.
Let Gene make the motion.
We gotta have for and against. You gotta have for and against. Anybody else?
Anybody for it? Anybody for this? Other than Mr. Penley? Is anybody against?
See that page.
36.
Okay, thank you, Joey.
thank you.
We need a motion to go out of public hearing, correct?
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Well, since it is in my district, I'll make a motion for us to approve it based on a special use permit and change to 3 nights to 7 nights.
The number's still the same on.
Everything else stays the same.
4 cabins, 5 RV slots,
What's that?
4 cabins and 5 RV slots.
Everything else stays the same for this time.
And RV wagon slots is the same thing.
Yes.
Okay.
5 cabins, 5 RVs.
No, 4 cabins.
So we're
It
counting
says here
the
4, 5.
wagons as an RV.
Yeah, because they're like RVs. They can be moved.
So your motion is a special use permit to allow 4 cabins not to exceed 1,000 square feet, 5 RV/wagon spots with a 7-night maximum.
Yes, sir. That's my motion.
I second,
All in favor?
sorry.
Thank you.
All right, now we got a public hearing case number PC 26-007, request from the county to close Hoss Bowden Road, AKA Pony Farm Road, approximately 3,410 feet. The road has no substantial public use. We need a motion to go into public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Commissioners, this was brought to my attention by Allison, in reference to, I think DOT has requested this road to be closed. I did send out letters to adjoining property owners, only received 1 letter back, and it's from Miss Lennon, GLENNON, and she has no concerns, no objections to the road closing. I did reach out to each department. The fire department came back and said there's no concerns. Sheriff department had no concerns. 911 had no concerns, and the road department had no concerns, and this was requested by GDOT to have this road closed.
I have a motion, make a motion going.
We already did.
I was, sorry. We had this letter delivered, so you need to read
Right.
it over it.
We
My
got a
brain and
letter.
mouth wasn't on the same page.
We also got a letter from Robert Lee Todd representing Curtis Whitaker that he's opposed to the road closing unless he can get. I need to read the whole letter.
You don't have to read it at all.
Okay, he's opposed to the road closing. Would you like to say anything, Mr. Todd?
That's accurate. Opposed to the south end of it. That's how he accesses what's up to
Come up front with the word.
That's how he accesses a couple of tenant houses and some interior places in his property. He doesn't really have any objection to taking the bridge out and closing it at the bridge, but he would like the south end of it to stay open.
Right.
In the alternative, he said he wouldn't have any objection to closing it. If he could get fee simple title to the whole road so he could maintain it himself, and not be worried about neighbors down the road, future neighbors down the road wanting to take half of his road that he's been maintaining.
Right,
That's his position on it.
right, but if the road's closed, he owns the property to the center line of the road that's being closed.
That's correct.
So all he would have to do, in my opinion, is take a little bit more of his land and make him a new road, correct?
If it could be done, I don't know that it's practical.
Right,
Mr. Collins, he mentioned in some correspondence with me that the road's got some serious drop off issues. On the sides that would prevent use accessing that road from the side, actually, so. I don't know that would be practical.
Does he own both sides?
He does not. If he owned both sides, it would be an issue.
Wow.
He's worried about people who own to the east side, being able to take the east side of the road and him not being able to maintain full access to that road. I mean, he doesn't mind maintaining it, I think he's got a dozer he keeps over there and all, but. And he doesn't mind the bridge being taken out and putting a guardrail up there. And, yeah, that's his position. That's all I was here to give y'all that letter, to let y'all know what his position was.
thank you.
Why couldn't the guardrails be put up just to close the bridge completely off, no travel through, but then just leave the road alone so people on this side and his side still can go up and down to the property? I mean, it says here, GDOT wanting to close, it's not a GDOT road, but they're wanting to close because the bridge is not safe. But if there's Brian, if there was like we did that other bridge, till we figure something out on it, but if it's blockade on both sides where nobody can travel and still even take the bridge out, they want to take it out, but then just leave the road like it is. And he wouldn't have to worry about the east side. They wouldn't have to
Could
worry
we
about
do
his
that?
side. They could all still use that
Mhm.
path.
We could just barricade the bridge.
If you didn't close the road, just left.
Close the bridge, but not the
Give a
road.
staff.
Yeah, that would be acceptable to him, you know, I mean, he just wants, he's got 2 tenant houses down there, they're in disrepair. But I mean, I think he's got plans to, if he rebuilding the old barn down there now, I think it looks pretty nice. But you know, he wants to be able to access those houses from that road, it's only access to those houses.
But if we close just the bridge and we would have to keep the rest of the roads up, correct?
Unless you wanted to close the other roads.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know what kind of repair the road is in, Mr. Whitaker didn't get notice of this until now, I haven't been over there, So I don't know what kind of repair it is, I don't know if you know.
Well, let's see what Brian says. I don't mind closing the bridge, but I don't want the county to spend a pile of money over there to bring it all the way up to standard.
And that's what you're gonna do. That road hasn't been maintained 20 years. It looks like a Georgia Power easement through a field.
Right.
I didn't even know it was a road, bring that road to that's. I didn't even know it was there until the DOT man got stuck.
What do they want to close for?
Because the bridge is.
Right, so close the bridge.
Bridge is
Sure.
This
right.
bridge assessment.
Right,
So we didn't even know it was a road because it's so, the grass was this high, and there's a power arm that runs right down the right side of it. We thought it was Georgia Power access. No houses to be seen off of that.
but with all that being said, it's been 20 years, if we barricade the bridge on both sides, the
Sure.
homeowners can still. We don't have to go bring it up to standards immediately, but at least the homeowners can, if they want to get his motor grader out there or bulldozer or push hog.
They can't work on county road. They can't work on it, it's county road.
And we have to bring it up to county standard.
Well, Nathan, if we close it, the road goes away, period. So if we deeded over the road to him,
You can,
then he could maintain that.
Okay,
but you can't, but the law doesn't let you do that. You got.
Okay,
Split it down the middle.
Yeah, down the middle.
Okay.
I mean, if that guy would agree to that in advance, yeah, but you
Yeah.
can't make
okay.
them give that half road.
That was fine.
Lance,
But I was thinking if they're not even
back
accessing
to
it,
who-
if we close it, it takes away
Yeah.
everybody's access. And then that other homeowner, I mean, the other property owner has no say if we close it. But if we keep it open and did that, I don't see how the law can say we can't deed something that we're maintaining.
So that,
If we close the entire road,
yes,
nobody has access.
Correct.
That property owner, this property owner. But if we keep it open, then they have half and half.
no, no, no.
They have
Close
half
it.
the road,
If you close it,
but if we keep it
Mr.
open,
Whitaker would owe half and whoever owns half, and if you keep it open, then
right, but I'm saying, if we close it completely, nobody has access to
to the
it.
road at all.
Right.
Will
It goes
become
half and half.
to everybody, yeah.
All right,
we can't close it and not give Mr. Whitaker access, but
No,
they
you can't do that.
That's what I thought.
yeah.
The property owner on the north side is requesting closure. We can close from there to the bridge and leave the remaining part open.
You can if you want to. That's what this is.
They want it abandoned, their property's on the other side of the bridge, the north side of the bridge, so it can be closed.
This
To the
board
south
must
side.
determine if the road ceases to serve, if it ceased to serve any public purpose or not. If it has, then you can abandon it. That's the. Right.
Well, obviously it hasn't, so it's been 20 years, but could he not reach out to the other landowner and see if they could both agree to have an easement down the middle?
Well, yeah, but that.
But that's after we close.
That's got nothing to do with y'all, though.
Thank you, Brian.
Yes.
Just thinking. Just thinking.
Could we,
There's a bunch of options there.
could we table this to another meeting to give, since he has representation here, to reach out to the other side and let them work out
What
something?
you can do is continue the public hearing.
That's what I mean, continue.
Yes, sir. Then you won't have to re-advertise, and you can reopen the public hearing this next month.
Mr. Todd, would that benefit to where y'all could reach the other party owner and go, if they close it, he's only gonna have a strip to go down, you're only gonna have a strip to go down, and the two of them can work out and let you have for them, work out a easement that they both have access to that road?
Yeah, yes, so that would be fine. And that would have already been done, except Mr. Whitaker didn't know about this road closing until about 3 days ago.
Okay.
And he called me up and had me fix his letter up, so y'all at least know he was opposed to it, unless he could maintain some kind of access. If maybe if you give us maybe a month to figure out, and I think they talked. I don't know, they talked to the.
Well,
We need to ask.
Yeah, let them send everybody.
The neighbors have been talked to, on the south part,
No.
and I think they're amenable to whatever we want to do. But we won't know until we get it done, and that's the reason I say maybe a month and have it all worked out.
So with June 8th of the 8th of next month would work.
A month from now,
Okay.
yeah.
Because y'all have to work that part out to
That's
where
correct.
all we do is once we close it, y'all know y'all got a game plan.
That's correct.
Cause we won't be part of the,
That's what we want, make sure we got a game plan before y'all close it.
before I make a motion, council, does he need to ask if there, who's here for it, against and all
Yeah, I
that?
think you should let anybody who came
Yeah.
to speak.
Okay.
Is anybody here, for the road closing? To speak in favor of closing the road? Anybody here to speak against closing the road?
Yeah, I know just one thing. They got property that borders this on the north side, and they want to be able to access the back side of that property. They own property between this road and 85, and they utilize the back side of that road to access the west side of that property, if that makes sense.
Is this the client you represented with this paper?
It's a different one.
Well, we need to state their name and address, please.
That's-
They will not suffice.
It's Gray and Lady Robert, and they live in Inlet.
Lady Reiner, well, we live at Pie House Parkway, but we own the farm there, adjacent, and we did get a letter. At 13668 Highway 85. That's where the farm address is.
Okay, thank you. And
She accesses it, you got a map up there?
we have a map in the packet. Yes.
You access it from the north end, right?
Yes, sir.
They got the property up here. And they I'm sorry, I'm looking at it wrong. Their property right there. They utilize that back side to get into their property for deliveries and such as that, and they don't want where they can't get in it. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
They don't live there, they just use the property. I own the property.
So you're opposed to closing the road at all?
I'm opposed to not having access. So if the road is closed, as long as I have access, I'm fine. But if this is gonna take away the access and y'all are gonna pile a big pile of rocks at the end of the road that I can't get around, I
We're
would be,
not gonna do that.
I would be completely opposed to that. But if the bridge were closed, that would not be any issue at all.
What, do you own the property on both sides of the road?
No, sir, we own the property between Housebound or Pony Road and Highway 85.
That's what I see on that map.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
then
you,
on the other side of 85 as well, that little
there.
sliver down to the right.
so who owns on the west side of Hospital, Curtis Whitaker?
That's that lady. Who's
That's
that
right,
lady?
Glendon. Glendon.
Glendon.
Oh, okay, that's.
She has the letter.
Yeah, Margaret Glennon.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to continue the public hearing till a date on next month's meeting.
June 8th
June 8th.
at 6 p.m. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Thank y'all very much.
Any appointments?
Yes, sir.
Unfinished business, consideration of additional funding for road paving table from the April 13th, 2026 regular meeting.
Commissioners, in light of the work session we had earlier, I request that we remove this item from the agenda until we can bring back proposed spending of the surplus money. And not just for road, for buildings, everything that was discussed during the work session. Because this is strictly for road paving
Okay.
on this side.
To remove it from.
Remove it from the
Do
agenda.
we need a motion to remove it?
Yeah, sure. So move.
All in favor?
Second.
Second. All in favor? Consideration and approval of relocating fire administration offices at 756 Woodbury Highway Building A, table from the April 28, 2026 regular meeting.
We need to remove this one as well.
Correct.
Based on the same
Yeah,
reason.
so I make a motion to
I
remove.
second that.
All in favor?
That just keeps it from being an old business over and over again.
New business, consideration and approval of additional T-Splotch fund for road striping.
Commissioners, we actually got the cost, got invoice in this morning. It is the 54,448.90. After purchasing an emulsion head, the remaining balance includes, and there's a typo in here, it should be $9,211.17. And the additional $456.98 previous allocated for striping following the 911 parking lot repaving project for a total available balance in T-Splosh of $51,657.15. This should match the commitment page. This leaves a balance of $2,802.75 that will be additional needed from T-Splosh. Staff is requesting to reallocate the funds of $9,211.17 from the mulching head and an additional $2,802.75 out of T-Splosh to pay for the striping. $2,802.75.
Those numbers are not matching what's on our sheet.
No, the 51,657.15. There's $11 difference. I had the wrong one.
So you're saying it's $9,200.17. You just said 9,211.
It's on, what's in your action paper is that it should be $11 more. Should be 92.11. There's a typo on my part. It should match, it still matches the 51,657.15 that's on that commitment page.
Okay, and then this is shortfall number, correct?
$2,802.75. It's $11.
8027. Let's deal with it.
802.75. It's $11 additional needed. Well, it's the, no, I need $2,802.75 from T-Splosh and to reallocate the $9,211.17 from the mulching head.
So it's two items. You want to reallocate $9,211.17 from mulching head to road striping
Correct.
and allocate $2,802.75 from T-Splosh.
Correct.
To road striping.
And that'll pay for the road striping of 24.45 road miles.
Okay, I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
All in favor? Consideration and approval to issue an RFP for a new ambulance bill.
Commissioners, Fire Chief Stevens has developed the specifications for a new ambulance and staff is requesting approval to issue a RFP to attain pricing and estimated completion time. The information was brought back to the board for the board consideration and determining a funding source. So this is just basically requesting to put out a proposal, see what a new ambulance will cost. It's not a commitment to buy, it's just bring that number to the board.
I make a motion to allow the RFP.
Second.
All in favor? Consideration and approval for HVAC proposal cost for the third floor of the courthouse.
Commissioners, River City has brought forth a HVAC project for the third floor for a total of $441,352 with additional engineering fees totaling $35,308.16 for a combined project cost of $476,660.16. The HVAC portion of the project in the amount of $441,352 will be funded through SPOS, while the engineering fees of $35,308.16 will be paid from the general fund. Approval of this project will require an amendment to the existing AIA contract to reflect the increased overall courthouse project cost for transparency and record keeping purposes. This amendment will also require the chairman's signature.
This is above and beyond what we've already approved.
This is the next phase of the courthouse renovations.
Well, these phases are coming quick.
They're ahead of schedule.
This is good progress we're making.
Yeah, I think the west side is scaffold off,
The north side.
north side is scaffold off, so.
So based on the SPOS balance, I mean, are we able to keep up with it? Commissioner Threadgill point is coming quick. Are we keeping pace with SPOS funds?
We also have the authorization to borrow up to $1 million from the general fund projects and repay it back with SPOS.
So that's what we're probably going to.
I don't foresee that. This will be a 4 to 5 month project, and I think the SPOS allocations will pay for it and come in before it's due.
Okay, and we have not had to use that action of borrowing
No,
$1
sir.
million yet, so, okay. Okay,
How much do we have in contingencies, or do we?
What I just handed you, the front page is an updated contingency log. And it includes the change order for the additional masonry work on the south, that I've got a hard number for. So if we approve that change order, we'll have 11,598.50. But the HVAC, issue right here that we'll talk about is renovation of the HVAC for the 3rd floor. And we've also included a $15,000 contingency for that project that we can leave in or take out if you want to leave it in there. It's just additional money. So this proposal for the HVAC is for just the renovation of the 3rd floor. It includes the electrical work to get the HVAC working and also the demolition of the ceilings. The next proposal we're working on for you is to actually finish the 3rd floor with new carpeting, upholstery, paint, drywall. And that will come, I'm hoping, by the end of this month. So we'll have another proposal at that time for the actual finishes. This is just the HVAC portion.
Which proposal would it be? Is it gonna include, I guess probably the next one, are y'all gonna remove the old units, like those split units that are in there and fix those walls where those were?
All the HVAC work is in this proposal right here.
So will that be removing that, or will that be in the next
So
proposal?
removing that, the outside
Okay.
units and the interior.
Okay, good. I just know those weren't working, so I was hoping we were going ahead and getting those out of the way and fixed up.
Yep.
that's it.
Yes, I don't see it. Huh? I didn't see it, did you?
No, I don't see the HVAC
At all?
in this quote, in this scope you gave us. This is the roof, I mean, the
This, I think,
change order.
Mr. Evans just gave you us for the next agenda item, not the HVAC.
It's
Yeah,
not-
so he was saying he just gave us the HVAC stuff right there. It's in the back. All
He
right.
just said-
I was looking at what he passed out. So he is in there removing all that stuff as part of this. Okay. Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the HVAC project for $451,352 to be funded through SPOS, engineering fees and $35,308.16 from general fund. And allow the chairman's signature.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Consideration and approval of courthouse change order number 10 for south and east elevation, including additional tuck pointing, brick replacements, and terracotta band repairs.
Commissioner, this is related to the handout that Mr. Evans just gave you, and there's a typo in the action letter. The remaining balance, I have 30,875. It should be the 11,598.50 that's on this contingency law that Mr. Evans just handed you. I was looking at the 30,875 at the bottom, but it's actually 11,598.50. And these were anticipated pairs due to the north and west that we knew we had to do on the south and the east. This just puts all three in one instead of separate change orders like last time.
So where will all of this put us on the 2 to 3 million that we were looking at for total cost?
With the HVAC. Adding the HVAC to it, you're at almost 2.6, 2.579131. And this is part of the contingency, so it's built into that number I just gave you, Commissioner Threadgill.
I make a motion, we approve the courthouse change order number 10 for the south and east elevations, including additional tuck pointing, brick replacement, and terracotta band repairs.
I'll second.
All in favor?
And allow the chair to sign.
And allow chair to sign.
Consideration and approval of the design for the first floor HVAC system at the courthouse.
Commissioners, River City Contracting EMC have provided a cost estimate for the third floor HVAC. Due to the ongoing issue with the first floor HVAC system, staff is requesting approval to proceed with design and cost estimate for replacement first floor HVAC system as part of the overall courthouse project. Once pricing is finalized, this matter will be brought back to the board for approval with funding to be provided through SPOS. So this is similar to the third floor where they went out and got the design, came back with the price. There'd be no action taken. This is just for them to go out and get the price for the first floor.
Why is this? This was a part of the original scope.
The whole entire courthouse, all 3 HVACs will be replaced. It's just first is needing attention sooner than later. The next phase will be the third floor renovations. But also we need the first floor HVAC, a price on it so we can know what that's gonna cost.
I think we need to do the courthouse renovations first. We're gonna way exceed where we first came in at. Even with this, I mean, we're already looking at $476,000 for the HVAC on the third floor. I can promise it's gonna be that much on the first floor.
Jimmy close.
And that's gonna put us up to 3 million, and that's no renovations to the third floor.
But this is just to let them start getting a price together, right? Like not making any movement on it, just.
But it
for-
sounds like you're having issues with the AC currently. Is that?
We spent money to get all the leaks stopped up for now, but there's no telling how long that's gonna hold out.
And there's quite a few window units in that first floor around the building.
You need to find out what it's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need to find, yeah, I mean, I'll make a motion to allow the quoting process.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, before we move, since we're on all this courthouse stuff. I don't know if we can or not. I had a call and requested to, yes, we forgot about it. It's no big deal about the tree. We were gonna have it at this meeting to discuss about that one small tree to remove. Since we've already adopted agenda, can we still add it? Or do we have to wait to the next meeting?
You can legally add it.
We have to do it in form of motion, good. Yes. I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to, I guess, would it go to number 11?
Just say I have whatever you want to add.
To add the discussion of the removal of the small tree that's blocking when you come down 109, it's blocking the flagpole, it's blocking the view. We're spending all this money and you got the big tree here and the big tree here, and this one's coming up. That tree needs to be removed and the desk up in this tree before we lose that tree. So I was hoping to discuss that tonight while we're in the process of getting everything done right now.
Discussion of removal of small tree on the west side,
Yes, ma'am. No, is that west side or east?
109, you said coming off of Grange.
East side.
Oh, the east
East
side.
side. Yeah, yes, it's a good view coming from the ground.
Thank you, 109, right.
East side.
I apologize, Mr. King.
No.
I thought I put that on.
No,
I was trying to figure out which one.
What made me think about it, we're doing all this courthouse stuff, so I started going, where's the tree go?
So that was a motion.
That's most.
I'll second.
All in favor?
So that'll be number 11, so.
That motion was for what, discussion or we moving through?
It's just decide if the board wants to remove it or not.
I'm all for removing it.
I make the motion, we remove the tree on the west side.
Are we going ahead with it? Is there, is it
You wanna wait?
let's
Yeah,
do
we have
it
to add it to
separately.
the agenda.
We have to add it on as.
See, he said,
Oh, we don't have to.
No, it's been added. You can talk about it whenever you talk about
Well, we're talking about. Go ahead, make some motion.
I was just saying, I make a motion that we go ahead and remove the tree on the west side of the courthouse.
And whatever needs to be done in
The
the,
east side.
East side. but whatever needs to be done on the
Do we
deadline.
need to get prices on it or?
Yeah, that's what I want to
Well, yeah,
know. Who's gonna remove
Right
it?
now, there's no price
Right,
qualification to your motion.
right. I know.
Sorry.
That's why I wanted to stop it
Hey,
before we
it's up to
did
you.
that.
You can
I
have
wanted to
it.
have the discussion before we make a motion so we could talk about those things, but.
Okay.
You
All right, well,
withdraw
you
your,
didn't get a second, so we can
That's
discuss it.
you withdraw your motion?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Number 6. Go ahead. We'll get to it at
Oh, you
11.
wanna, I thought we were gonna discuss it.
We can discuss it
It's up to y'all.
We're on it, so wrap it up.
All right, we'll go on in. I guess we'll wait till 11. We can make 4 more things. Consideration of approval of the Midcom ACA contract.
Commissioner, this item is to approve the Medcom ACA compliance contract. Previously, this calls for ACA employer reporting services was covered by the county's former insurance broker, NFP. Following the transition to Mark III, these services were not included in the per employee cost structure and will now require direct payment by the county. The annual cost for the ACA employer reporting service is $3,052 and will paid for by the human resources budget where sufficient funds are available. Legal counsel has reviewed the contract and Medcom has agreed to all requested changes. ACA compliance refers to meeting the requirements of the Affordable Care Act, including employer reporting obligations related to employee health insurance coverage and eligibility. Staff recommends approval of the agreement authorization for the chairman to sign.
And this is an annual.
Correct, as
Okay.
annual.
And we did save more than $3,052 by switching insurance agencies.
It was picked up by NFP, and when Mark III picked it up, they do a per employee cost, and their cost was $15 and not 25 or 30. So they were not able to pick up the 3,000 because of the low cost per employee.
What I'm asking is the total what we paid NFP and we decided to go with Mark III because they were cheaper.
We don't pay
Difference
insurance
between-
broker. They get paid based off the services. They get a percentage of that.
They care.
They carry. We don't pay a fee to any of brokers.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor? Consideration and approval to issue an RFP for repairs to 124 North Court Square.
Commissioners, this is a request that's sent out an RFP for the interior and exterior renovations of the 124 North Court Square, which is, I would call the tax assessor, tax commissioner building. Staff will develop a scope of work, issue the RFP, and bring the proposed costs for the necessary repairs back to the board for consideration. This was part of what was discussed during the work session.
I make a motion to allow the RFP.
Second.
All in favor? Consideration and approval of an NBID agreement with F&M Bank for Splash and T-Splash account.
Commissioners, I met with Alan Parham at F&M Bank in Manchester to discuss the county's participation in the NBID program, the National Bank Inter-Deposit Company. NBID is a bank-owned reciprocal deposit network that provides expanded FDIC insurance coverage by distributing large deposits among participating banks. Participation in this program may also provide higher interest earnings on the county SPLOS and T-SPLOS accounts. Staff has participated in demonstration of the program, and the county's auditors have indicated they see no issues with the county utilizing the service. The program functions similar to the state's LGIP account, but through F&M Bank. Staff is requesting approval to open accounts for the 25 T-SPLOS and the 26 SPLOS funds in order to compare interest earnings against the current LGIP account and to utilize the option that provides the best return on investments. Approval will be contingent upon legal review of the contract and authorization for the chair or vice chair to sign. And the authorized users on the account will be Finance Director Tammy Lackey and County Administrator John Gordon.
It's basically the same thing we do today as in the F&D.
Yeah.
Great. And when we get done with the commitment sheet, 2020 SPLOS, the next payment will wipe that account out. And the 2020 T-SPLOS is only 18,000, so next payment will wipe that out. So we'll be down to 2 accounts, the 2 new SPLOS and T-SPLOS.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Discussion regarding allowing the Cattlemen's Association to hold a rodeo county property.
Commissioners, I met with Larry Rampley and Darrell McCoy regarding this request. Mr. McCoy is present and discussed the request and answer any questions the board may have. I think.
We got a call about 9 or 10 days ago that Longleaf / Tower House has canceled on the stock contractor. And they're not gonna have a rodeo engaged. So the stock contractor called us and said, if you guys could find a location, we'll have a rodeo. So we're proposing that we have it across the street here, in that open land. We'll clear it, take care of it. We're in charge of parking, porta potties, and taking care of the money coming in. So we'll share that with the stock contractors. The dates are June 5th and 6th, so we don't have much time, so we appreciate y'all hearing this tonight. The stock contractors assured us that he has adequate insurance to protect us and the county, and he'll provide that to the county attorney.
Is there anything else we would need, counsel?
Well, I mean, if the commissioner, what I told Mr. Gordon is the commissioners were interested in it, you need to make sure you had, one, had a place. Number two, that they had sufficient liability insurance. Then you need a contract. For sure, obviously, you know, that says whatever, but that was my main concern was there's a lot of liability associated with the rodeo and protect by that way. I mean, I need to see the limits, but I'm sure if it's for a rodeo, then they're not, you know, but I'd want to look at that, see how much stuff.
The stock contractor will forward the insurance policy to the.
You know what the limits are?
Who is it?
You know what the limits are, the liability limits?
I don't offhand.
That's the important.
Yeah.
Do we have adequate access to the property in and out with this amount of traffic and weighted trailers and? I mean,
Well, we'll bring in the horses and all from the county line road. And we'll bring in the spectators here off of this road, off of
But is there access to the property from either road?
yes,
There's a culvert and drive and everything already.
there's access to the property right across the street.
And let me back up. For all the event, I have no idea what it takes, but from a legal perspective, those are the things. So I have no idea about these questions. I don't know.
I'm fine with having a rodeo, but I would like the contract to be sent over for John to give it to you and look at, just like we do other things, to either add this, take this out, and so forth, if it's suffice where it protects the citizens and us as a county.
Yes, sir.
It's a great thing for the community.
Well, the stock contractor does 15 or 20 rodeos a year, and he uses the same insurance people and the same, so it's been accepted by the other people around the southeastern United States. So he's assuming, and we're assuming it would be acceptable in Meriwether County.
Right.
Are there permits that would need to be purchased for something like this to happen? Like a special permit, special event permits, things like that?
If you get special event that they're having for. You two people,
Does it have to be advertised in a certain amount of time?
it does not.
Where would you come in off of County Line Road,
County
County
farm.
farm?
County Farm Road?
Yeah, on the backside, that's
Yeah.
where the horses and trailers and stuff would come in from. Spectators would come in off this road right here.
What about like traffic control? I don't
Right.
know. Like I said, I don't know how to. touch
I don't know if you want to come in off of 27 out here.
Well,
You might, but.
I don't know
think it
either.
would be
We consult with
best.
the sheriff and do whatever's the proper thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, I understand they probably have plenty of insurance, but if we're working a deal with the cattle association to use county property, would the cattle association need to be providing something too?
It depends on, I mean, I don't know who's gonna put it on, but if you were gonna allow somebody to use your land to put a rodeo on, you number one, you need a contract with whoever that is.
But the request is cattle association to put on this road.
Probably
And then
Cattlemen's
their
Association.
contractor has insurance, him and so forth and property, but I would think the cattle association would want some kind of binder for that event weekend, and it won't cost that much. That would be an additional insurance, in case somebody decides to go.
They're gonna sue them too.
Oh, we're gonna make sure they have insurance to cover up too.
Them putting us as the, what do you call it? When they get the
Additional insurance.
additional insured on their policy too.
I mean, I believe that the contract and the Cowboy Rodeo, the Cattlemen's Association, I think, and hers with Cattlemen's. So I don't know, but I'm sure they've got a contract. I'm sure they got everything in place. We
Oh, I
can
know.
look at it.
We're looking at 3.5 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. I only know about those things. As far as putting it on.
Well, could this board say we'll approve it based on the contract and getting clearance from our council?
Do whatever you want to do. I'm saying, I don't, I
save time.
I'm only speaking to
the liability. I had no idea about.
Let me ask this,
anything.
even if the Cattlemen's Association has a liability and it's in there, we still have to have a certain amount of liability too, right?
Well, I mean,
Even if the contract covers part of it, we could still be sued.
well, you're gonna get sued anyway. That's why you want them to.
We're not necessarily getting sued. We could be sued.
And I'm saying, but if there is a lawsuit, you should assume the county's gonna get sued, and that's why we want them to have plenty of insurance to take care of us if we get sued and them. So, I mean, rodeos keep put on all the time. People know how much insurance is like.
Well, I tell you, they come into the county if they get something happens.
They are. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
If I may, your
the county-
concerns are the same as our concerns when we talked to the
Yeah.
contractor. We met with him last Friday.
Right.
And our concerns are the same as yours. We gotta make sure we got the county covered and the Cattlemen's Association covered.
Sure it is. I'm
Okay.
fine, I'm fine with it if,
Did
long
they
as-
bring
as long as
who,
everything's fine.
like the fencing and the bleachers and the lighting and, I mean, the power goes to all that, so what?
Cattlemen's group will be in charge of that. We'll take care of all that.
And bringing out like generators for the lighting and whatever, cause there's not electricity out there.
Well, there's lighting that they run off of, I guess, I'm not sure if it's gasoline or diesel fuel, but you bring in those lighting sections.
The Cattlemen Association will have to do that. You bring in the generator light,
yeah.
lights and crank them up.
Right.
And just like last year, the one they had over there, girl was too close to the gate. Bull or something hit the gate, hit her in the face and knocked her out. So there's always a chance when you're dealing with livestock, something's gonna happen. But it's a great sport. And I'd love to see it here, right here in the county, but we gotta cover those bases.
And wouldn't we need in the contract if there's any like damage to the property, like Public Works didn't have to go out there and clean up the trash, like that's all,
That should be in the contract.
right,
they'll
that's
take
what
care
we're
of it.
hoping.
This is
right?
a big rush. I mean,
Right.
in a perfect world, they would have a contract
And you had already read
that
it,
details everything they're gonna do. And I could tell you, yeah, this is a turnkey operation. Sounds like that's what they're pitching, but I don't know.
right? I just don't want Public Works to have to go back out there on Monday morning and clean up a mess from the weekend that, you know, that puts the burden on them.
Well, I don't think that'll happen with the county, so.
No.
Well, our commitment is to
It's
make
a
sure that
private event, but
we leave the property better than we found it, and we're gonna work with the FFA, the 4-H, whoever wants to help us take care of the trash and make sure that they go back on Sunday and pick up all the trash when it's all said and done.
Well, since it's 3.5 weeks away, it's gonna take some time, need to get things going. I don't mind making a motion to approve the Cattlemen Association to use the county property, but based on the contract and enough liability that satisfies our council for this board.
Understood.
They have to provide the contract.
Right.
I'm not gonna-
That's what I'm saying, for
Right.
them to, but you to look at it, for you to look at it and during those 3 weeks, if he says add this, add that, it's up to y'all to get that done. If not, then you're gonna have to scratch it, but at least giving you permission. I wanna give permission tonight if the board is willing, so you can get that ball rolling.
How soon could the contract get to our attorneys?
Sorry,
How soon could the contract get to our attorneys for their review?
my understanding it can be tomorrow.
you put that in form of motion,
I did.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Yeah, allow the chair to sign.
Allow the chair to sign it.
I just haven't.
So we just need to get that contract
Probably good.
and all the details worked out.
What was your votes from?
Anything else?
No,
Thank you very much.
I voted against because I don't have enough information.
Request from Cattlemen Association for a work session regarding the community agriculture center.
Commissioners, during that same meeting, I was asked if the board would consider a work session with the Cattlemen Association regarding the Community Agricultural Center.
Well, they're not a government entity, and I don't think that it would really be beneficial to have a executive session for that. If we're gonna have a discussion openly for them, then I think we need to have it in public.
There's a work session.
Oh, work session, I'm sorry. Yeah, we can have work session.
I agree. I mean,
I don't think that we've ever done a work session for a private entity, so I would rather it be just in a regular meeting, not just a special work session just for that.
And that's what I meant.
If I may, the reason we want to have a work session is we have drawings done, preliminary drawings for the ag building and the arena and so forth that we're talking about building across the road. So we want to make sure that these are acceptable in a preliminary state of what we have got drawn up, that we can move forward to start soliciting money and stuff like that.
Yeah, this was that discussion we had before.
It's a work session.
Yes, as a following that prior discussion about.
We talked about
months ago.
before and possibly getting the ag center built, having our.
County maintain it, or
Yeah,
they turn
Yeah,
it.
but it can still be done inside regular meeting.
Yeah.
So if it's not illegal, I mean, we can put it on the agenda, do it in a regular meeting, make the meeting go longer, but if it's not illegal, why couldn't we, if we've already opened that discussion? Why don't we want to sit down and see what more information and what they're presenting?
I don't think anybody said they don't want to have the discussions. Why
No.
they need to be a separate meeting
just
than
said don't have
a
a
regular
separate
agenda.
Yeah, it
item.
could just be done under presentation.
Right.
Yeah, it don't
Yes.
take more than 10, 15 minutes in like a normal talk. Why does it need
We
its
took
own
30,
20,
45 minutes to go through it.
30, 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Is there a condensed version?
Oh,
I mean, it's just plan drawing. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why we were thinking working session, so. But whatever y'all want to
I
do.
mean, I'm fine with either.
I'm fine with either work session, or I'm fine saying when you put it on the agenda, we set aside 30 minutes.
Put it under presentations.
Yeah, I make a
Under
motion,
presentation.
I make a
Yeah, we
motion
can
to
have a
allow
discussion.
under presentations.
I'll
I
second.
second.
All in favor, what meeting?
It doesn't matter.
Whichever one they
Yeah.
want.
Get with Allison and find a time for presentations.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, no more.
All right. Number 11, removal of tree from the east side of the courthouse discussion.
So I know we were talking about it, but how long's the tree been there? Does it serve a purpose? Was it planted by somebody that serves a historical?
Yep.
Anything? I mean, there's a whole lot to cutting trees down around areas like that, so.
Staff have to research that, see if there's any significant history behind the tree.
Right.
We need to do that because it could have been an Arbor Day special done by some memorial, somebody that we get. Yeah. I mean, I agree. It's blocking the view, but
Yeah,
we
it
need,
wouldn't be
we
good
need
if
to
we
make
just shut it
sure.
down.
Yeah, we can check into it, and then for tree removal, we have 3 on hand that we could call and get quotes from if it does not have a historical present to the county.
Yeah.
Is it possible that if we do decide we're going to cut the tree, that we could check to see if Public Works could remove the tree? I mean, with their
Probably too
equipment.
large,
they
isn't
have.
it?
It's not that.
It's not the big ones.
Okay.
If it was the big ones, we'd have to worry about it. It's the one that's coming up through there. It's not even the center of the courthouse. So when you're coming down there, all of a sudden, all the limbs, you didn't notice it till the leaves came back, but you don't even see the flagpole. You can't even, you're not even gonna view the front of the courthouse. All the money we're spending to fix it. It's just, it would be a inspiration view, people traveling through going, wow, what a courthouse. The top is amazing now. I meant to say that a while ago when you were speaking, that looks great from the top coming down, and the citizens are talking about it, so you're doing a great job over there. So it's, it don't make this difference one way or the other. I mean, this,
Yeah, I can get with Public Works, see the bucket truck is
I mean, as long as it
operational.
hasn't been planted by a group that it's
but you need to get a product.
serves,
Yeah.
or done no historical effects to it, anything that serves a actual purpose as to why that tree was planted there, then I'm okay
So we can
with
find that
getting a
out.
price.
I gotta
Have
find
answers to
answers.
that.
What do we think of
Right.
this?
That ain't called-
It's just a discussion.
It's just a discussion, so we don't.
First thing we need to.
It might
find
even
out
fall
right
under-
there. One
That
of
is-
the-
109.
It's
It's
not-
off. Coming off.
Woodbury Highway.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, it's still here.
That's why I was LaGrange and Woodbury. I was like, from Woodbury, I can see it from the Woodbury Highway. That's why.
Yes,
From
coming from Woodbury.
Woodbury.
Well, I'll make a motion to allow to get quotes if it does not serve any of the historical or special conditions.
Motion second, all in favor? All right, report from county administrator.
Commissioner, as I mentioned, we had a new rec director. He started May 1st. He's working with Randy. He's getting caught up on everything going on with baseball that's coming close to an end. We met with HELP, spay and neuter program. I think they got an event going on that Commissioner Snelson will speak about. I had a meeting in Noonan last week. Have weekly updates for our health insurance. Open enrollment begins next Monday, goes through next Friday. We'll have a lunch, hot dog, chips and drinks here on Friday between 11 and 1 for all employees. It's not just for people for insurance, but it's invited for all employees to come out and get a hot dog and a drink. The airport meeting, the MBID demo on the interest bearing account. We're putting together RFPs for the commercial reval, ambulance remount. I sent one vehicle for painting. Recreation now has their vehicle from Plant for Knowles, code enforcement 2x. And we're working on getting the concession trailer designed and decaled. I'll get with Mr. Bronner, and Ryan Moore's already sent over some preliminary drawings on that. And that's all I have.
All right, report from county commissioners, Mr. Greg Gill,
I don't have anything to add.
Mr. Worthing.
Thank everybody for what they're doing and thank everybody for showing up and everyone just be vigilant, be careful. A lot of weird things that you're reading and hearing out there, so be diligent and pay attention.
Ms. Nelson.
I do want to add that we have the SNP shift with the Help Spay and Neuter Clinic back picking up in Meriwether County. They're actually going to have a pickup this coming Monday. And right now, if you call this week and book it, it's $50 off a spay or neuter on cats and dogs. And I'm excited that we're bringing that back to Meriwether County for our citizens to have it locally again. And thank you all for showing up and your input.
Mr. King.
Yeah, this past weekend was the Cotton Fair. It was a great success. They were afraid it was gonna be raining all day that Saturday, but it moved out early enough that morning. Turned out to be a beautiful day. We had a big crowd there all day Saturday and Sunday. So that was great that they had that success. Thanks for everybody, what they're doing on the staff. Brian, again, people are very appreciated. I sent you several potholes. People call me up, they tell me exactly where they're at and a mailbox address. And man, they call back probably within 24, 48 hours and go, they done fixed it. So y'all are doing a great job there. Just remind everybody, a week from tomorrow is the election day. And hope the citizens realize that this board has worked together fantastically. Especially this last year, we're getting aggressive things done. We're getting a lot done in this county. And I hope the citizens will see that to where we can continue working together and get things done. Chairman.
All right, all I'd like to say is thank you to the work employees and the staff for the job they do, and I'd just like to say thank you to the constituents for bearing with us, and we're getting a lot of things done within especially the courthouse. I'm so proud of the courthouses. But other than that, I have nothing else to say. And reporting the county attorney.
Chairman, I have nothing to report.
All right, future meetings and notices, closing observance of Memorial Day, Monday, May 25th, 2026, Tuesday, May 25th, 2026, regular meeting. All right.
Yes, it's not right with that.
26. Should be the 26th of 2026.
May 26,
May 26th, okay. All right, so it's 25th.
It does, that's the house.
Regular meeting at 6 p.m. Monday, June 8th, 2026, regular meeting at 6 p.m. Closing observance on Juneteenth, Friday, June the 19th, 2026, and Tuesday, June the 23rd, 2026, regular meeting at 6 p.m. Is there any need for executive session?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman.
Like a motion to go into executive session for litigation, personnel, real estate and tax matters, and cybersecurity. All in favor? Action was taken in executive session. We'd like to make a motion for auction of property as discussed in executive session.
Second.
All in favor? Allow additional leave for employee as discussed in executive session. Need a motion.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?